What is up, guys, and welcome back to F1 2016 Mobile Career Mode. And yes, what time do you call this, Spitfire? I'm sure half of you have probably forgotten what happened in the last race, so I'm going to remind you now because you've had probably nearly a month to watch that video. Anyway, here's how the championship looks after 3 races after the Malaysian Grand Prix. So we began the season with 2 wins in Bahrain and Australia, and then we went to Malaysia and finished 3rd. So we've still got a healthy lead in the championship, and Lewis Hamilton has had 1 DNF and 1 non-point scoring finish. So that means that Ferrari is our team for this year, of course. That means that we've got a considerably healthy margin in the Constructors' Championship as well. So I'm really looking forward to this Grand Prix today in Azerbaijan, and we're going to see if we can build on that momentum. So yeah, there's not much else to say. Be sure to like, share and subscribe before the video starts. And now let's go to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
The cars are set on the grid for what promises to be a thrilling contest here in Baku. Hold on tight then, it's race day for the European Grand Prix.
So here we are then, it's yet another pole position for us this season here in Baku. Our 3rd pole of the season in just 4 races. I've really improved my Saturday on this game, and now I know much better than I did in the previous 2 seasons how to absolutely nail a qualifying lap on Saturday. In terms of strategy, I've decided I think I want to be ultra aggressive today and go for a 2-stop. 2 super soft stints and a soft stint in some sort of configuration. Anyway, we are now underway for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and it's a decent start for us heading in towards turn 1. Looks as if we're going to keep ahead of the 2 Mercedes. Interestingly, Rosberg has straight away jumped Lewis Hamilton. However, we've got exactly the start we wanted as we've maintained the lead into turn 1 and turn 2. The proximity arrow is still very much intact though. This could be showing that Nico Rosberg's trying to get into my slipstream and maybe even try and have a little overtake attempt on me as we head down in towards turn 3. Thankfully for us, nothing is going to come of that. And now we're going to skip to the end of lap 4 because I'm about to make my first pit stop and I've just clouted the pit entry and lost my front wing. I said I wanted to be aggressive, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Just 4 laps on the super soft tyres to avoid any sort of tyre wear complications, and we're going to rejoin the racetrack on P3 on a fresh set of tyres, so hopefully we can go chasing after the 2 Mercedes. It's good to see that I've managed to open up a decent gap on everyone else because for some reason the AI are crap here. I don't know why, it's just the nature of them. But now at the end of the lap we've already caught up to Lewis Hamilton, so hopefully we can try and tick the Britain off nice and early. I'm already gaining lots of time for him. In the end we're going to back out and wait for a move. We've got the long pit straight coming up. Hamilton goes in a little bit deep there at the end of sector 2. However, I'm going to be even braver and try up the inside into the 2 high-speed left-right complex. That was incredibly brave. You don't normally see overtakes there. However, we've got the move done on the Britain and back up into P2. And next up is Nico Rosberg, just 2 seconds down the road. But by the end of the first sector, we've already demolished that gap. Rosberg goes deep in there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In the matter of a sector, pretty much. We've caught both Mercedes and got the overtake done. You can see the happy weave there. I'm very pleased with that. I'm already catching up to our first lap car of Rio Haryanto on lap number 8. This is, I'll be honest with you, this was such a boring race for me. It was pretty much just, you know, just constant time trial mode, catching up to the odd lap car. I nearly clattered the wall there. This is lap 9. We're not even 5 minutes into the video yet, and we've had all the, you know, race build-up sequences and everything. But this is Bottas in the Williams. Is he going to get out of the way? I don't know. Maybe he isn't. In that case, get in the wall, mate. Yeah, you know, I do like to get the elbows out if the lap car failed to oblige with getting out of the way. I do stick the old elbows out, and I'm incredibly slow for some reason. I don't know why. There's been an incident behind. I don't know what that's about, as we now lap Kevin Magnussen at the beginning of lap 10. And by the looks of it, we've sustained some front wing damage. And now, honestly, I have no idea when I might have done that. I mean, I clouted the wall a couple of times because I was pushing and absolutely cheesed the corner there. So, just ignore that. So, yeah, the game didn't tell me when I actually got the damage, which is very interesting. So, maybe that could have been a prime reason for me being incredibly slow over the last couple of laps. It doesn't matter. Somehow, I'm still quicker than the AI. Interestingly, Jenson Button is now on the podium ahead of Nico Rosberg. I nearly said Hamilton there. I'm just out of practice with these videos. We're about to lap my teammate Kimi Raikkonen, or are we? I've decided enough is enough with this damage. We need to get it fixed. Even if we still have a massive lead, I'm not taking any risks, and we're going to make our final pit stop now onto a set of super soft tyres. So in we come to the pit lane, 4.9 seconds, pretty average for making a wing change. And once again, as I expected, we're going to emerge in the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So all we have to do now is simply stroke it home to the checkered flag. We've got 3 laps. My God, that was close to losing our wing again. I don't know why, but I always get carried away on this circuit in terms of, you know, I always get carried away in terms of I want to push too hard, but then whenever I do, I just always end up climbing the wall. I need to be more conservative in terms of my race pace, regardless of whether I have a massive lead. I don't need to be taking every lap as a qualifying lap. As you can see, Button is now ahead of Hamilton somehow, so there's clearly an epic scrap for P2. I'll make that P3 as Marcus Bloody Ericsson is now on the podium. What on earth? He's now into P2. There's a friggin' Sauber in P2, and there's 2 laps to go with this race. What is going on here in Baku today? This podium is absolutely ridiculous. And Wehrlein is now on the podium. What on earth is going on here? This is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. The German, in the manner, which is by far the worst car, is about to bring home 15 enormous points for that team. And yes, I hit the wall again because, you know, at this point I just got bored of doing qualifying laps, so I thought I'll give myself an excuse to make a pit stop. Yes, that is genuinely what happened. So, but yeah, you guys have pretty much seen this race now. We're on to the final lap. Nothing else is going to happen apart from we're about to lap Rio Haryanto for the 3rd time today, even if it is after every pit stop that I've made. Haryanto's in P6 and Wehrlein is in P3 mine, so that's an incredible points haul for the Manor team. Can we just appreciate that 1 second? And there's Marcus Ericsson there as well. That's huge points for Sauber too. But from our point of view, I think it's fair to say we dominated. We absolutely crushed everybody here today in Baku. 3 pit stops. The AI are, well, rubbish here, to be honest. It's almost no fun to race them. But it's a fun track to drive, which is why I included it in the calendar. Poor weaving, we clout the wall, but we win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix to extend our championship lead further in Season 3. There are your results from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We win by over a minute ahead of Ericsson, Wehrlein, Magnussen, Bottas, Haryanto. What on earth is that top 6? Hamilton only P7, Raikkonen P8, Button P9, don't know what happened to him. Both Red Bulls in the bin. I don't know why, since I left them there now, it's so bad. In the Drivers' Championship, we've got an absolutely ridiculous lead. 52 points ahead of Nico Rosberg. We're on 90 points. Rosberg just on 38. So, but look at that. Marcus Ericsson up to P5. That is ridiculous. Hamilton is only P8. There's been 4 races. This is just turning into the craziest season in history. Every team has now scored points in terms of the constructors, but we extend our lead because I've no idea what happened to the Mercedes, whether Rosberg scored points, whether he didn't. I didn't notice, to be honest. I just saw Hamilton was P7. But yeah, that's a very interesting race. And in terms of the context of the rest of this championship, this season is looking so interesting because we've got such a massive lead already, and it's going to be hard to close in both championships. Let's hope Kimi can continue scoring points. Anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Both links are in the description below. Let's get to 500 subs, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.